I'm
Hi,
nervous right now. I'm sorry if I get awkward.
hi. Firstly, I
Thank
want to
you.
thank you for firstly I want to thank you for giving your valuable time to me and allowing me to talk with you.
No problem. I think this is cool. I've never done this before.
Where are you from?
I am from Texas, actually, from the United States.
Okay, so can you introduce yourself to my audience?
So I am a self-published author. I've been published since I was 15. So 3 years now. Yeah, 3 years now. And I have 5 books out right now, and I have my sixth coming out in October. So
Okay, so when you started writing?
I started writing when I was I want to say like sixth grade. That's when I started writing seriously. And then I published when I was in ninth grade. So
What is your first book?
my first one
Yeah.
is called The Secret 2. It's the first of a series called The Outcast. Um, I that one is the series is about a bunch of teenagers that all have something different about them in a society that is literally perfect. Um, and the queen of that land wants them dead. So it kind of forces them to leave where they've always known and to come together as complete strangers and accept themselves and accept who they are and find the strength within themselves to be able to go back to where they're from and defeat all the badness that is there. That's essentially what that series is about.
Wow. What is your second book?
My second book is also part of the Outcast series. It's called The Hidden. And basically just follows up what goes on in Secret 2. Um,
And the third one?
Third one is Hybrid's Trial. It was a different series. It's a YA fantasy that follows two brothers who are accused of something by a family that has basically been out for their family for several years now, for generations now. And they are accused of many things and they end up having to go to court for it. And it's about them managing to first off figure out how to prove that they're innocent and also prove that the family that's after them is just after them because of something that happened many years ago. And it's also about them figuring out what happened many years ago. So that's what that series is about.
What is your fourth book?
That one is The Redemption. It's also The Outcast. And then my fifth book, what is my fifth book? Oh, yeah. It's called America Gone. It's a different series. Um, it's real fun right now, but it's also a YA dystopian, and it is about. So it's set in the future, in like 2041 or something like that. Can't remember the exact number, but the president of the United States, he starts this school after the Second Civil War takes place, and it's about a bunch of these teens coming to this school, and while they're there, there's this other kid who is part of this terrorist group that is in the United States and is against everything that the president stands for. And he ends up taking down the government and infiltrating the government and taking over. And so the story is about both what happens before that and also how they end up getting the country back.
Wow.
It's real fun, but that's what it's about.
And your sixth book?
My sixth book is called The Light We Lost. It's a different series again. I have a lot of series. It's called The Stardust Circle, and it is a new adult fantasy. It's about a bunch of witches that um, so they have past lives, and all of their past lives experience something important in history. And every time that they come back to life, they have the memories from that important event. So their current life that they're living, they all find each other somehow. And they basically have to go on this adventure both to defeat what's happening in their town, but also make sure that history doesn't repeat itself again because it's starting to repeat itself. So, yeah.
What is your next book?
uh, that one is probably. I have no idea what I'm releasing next because I have like 4 books done right now that I'm trying to figure out when to release them. But one of them is another YA high fantasy that's called Strength, and um, it's in this world where basically they have a lot of dragons and they worship these dragons like they're gods because these dragons are basically what's keeping the empire prosperous, right? So so there's 3 princesses and one of them ends up leaving because she finds out that there's a lot of things about the empire and about the way the empire works that she didn't know and that she was lied to about. So she leaves to find these truths for herself. And while she's gone, the one of the senators decides that he's going to take advantage of the fact that she's gone and take advantage of the royal family, and he ends up killing a bunch of the dragons, where pretty much the only ones that are left end up leaving anyway. And so it's about what happens after the dragons are gone and fixing all that mess. Yeah, but that's the one I think is coming out next. It's the one I'm working on revising right now.
Okay, all these are fictional stories.
Yeah, they're all fictional. I prefer fiction. It's easier for me, but I might do a nonfiction one day. Maybe not. Who knows? No idea.
So you believe that you create impact and effect on the people who are reading your book, which are fictional.
Uh, I hope so. I hope so. I write my stories to help people. I actually write my stories to help myself and also to help people. Um, because when I started writing, I was struggling really bad with my mental health, and I started writing as a way to help cope with that. Um, so if my books can help other people cope with the same things I went through, then it's worth it for me.
Okay. So what kind of responses you got for all your books? Uh,
Um, trying to think. I'm sorry. I have no idea. Um, yeah, I have no idea. Mm, I'm sorry. I'm dissociating. What was the question? I'm sorry.
so what is the best response that you got for the book that you released?
Um, I think I haven't gotten a whole lot from it, but I think one of the biggest responses I've got is people coming to me and telling me, hey, your book helped me through this. That's like my favorite thing is when people tell me that my book changed their life and that it helped them. Um, I think that's pretty much my favorite thing is when people tell me that my book help them.
You express to impress, or you express only because you want to express?
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. Um, a lot of the time, what I write is what helps me. Um, I've learned that about myself. Like, um, I've learned that if I'm writing something, it's probably because I need to write about it. Um, like one of my villains in one of the books I'm working on right now, when I was reading him back, I realized he is kind of based off of a person from my past that created a lot of trauma for me. So, as hard as it is to read it, I'm like, I need to keep him because it obviously needs to be said. So, yeah.
Okay. So, reading or writing? Which one you love most?
That is hard. I love writing. I really do. I love getting to create my own world, and which is why I'm a fantasy writer. Um, but I also love reading because I feel like you can't be a good writer if you don't read. Um, Especially like reading outside of genre, that's really important to me. So I think it's equal for me. But there's definitely things I like about writing that I can't get from reading. And there's things I can't get from writing that I can get from reading. So kind of both.
If I start reading your book, can you assure me that I'll come into your world by leaving my world?
I hope so. I hope so. Um, I try to make my world as immersive as I can. Because I often read to escape. My books can be kind of an escape, but also some of my books get kind of dark. So maybe you don't want to be in my world. But yeah,
What makes you to be yourself?
I don't know. Like there's a lot of things. Um, a lot of just realizing that there's some things about me that I can't change, and I can only, just embrace them for what they are, and um, hope that people like me for what I am. And luckily for me, people apparently like to like who I am, so I guess I'm doing something right. Um, I don't know. I had a lot of hard time. I still have a hard time with self doubt a lot and a lot of low self esteem. And there's a lot of times where I'm like, why am I doing this? But then I keep writing and I'm like, oh yeah, this is why I'm doing this because I can't do anything else. Um, I literally don't think I could ever do anything other than write. Um, Granted, I don't want to make writing my career, but if I wasn't writing, I don't know what I would do or if I would even be here, to be honest. I don't know if I would be here right now. So,
Do you think about the responses that you get for your writings?
oh, all the time. All the time. I'm always listening to what people are saying and taking that feedback and figuring out how I can use it to better my writing and better myself. I'm always working to improve what I'm working on. I don't think I'm ever going to be done growing. And I think that the only way to really grow is to take feedback from the people that have taken their time out of their day to read my books and tell me, hey, this needs to be changed, or hey, this is great. So, yeah, all the time, all the time.
Where do you sit to write a book?
It depends. Um, Sometimes I can write a book, in months. Other times it takes me a year. Right now, I don't really have anything else to do other than write. So I spend most of my day writing, but other days I can't work on a book. So, but it is a lot of discipline and a lot of strength and a lot of courage to keep going. And a lot of talking to yourself and telling yourself, you know what? No, I'm going to finish this book and I'm going to make it work, basically.
Okay. What do people think about you when you're writing or when you're expressing through your books?
I have no idea. Um, I like to think that people are, you know, they're proud of me and they want to see me succeed and all of that. A lot of my family, because I talk to them about my books a lot, they're just kind of like, but how do you come up with these ideas? I think I scare them sometimes. But I don't really know. I don't know how people think about it. Um, but also, I've kind of learned that if I want to do something, I kind of have to shut off whatever people are saying. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. So,
Tell me about yourself in one line.
oh God. Um, um, that is a hard question. Um, because I don't talk about myself very well. Um, definitely a passion. I think that's probably the best way, I guess. So definitely a passion.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for giving your time to me and allowing me to talk with you and allowing me to ask you questions. Even in your busy time, you gave me time. I feel very happy.
Thank you.
Can I put this video on my YouTube channel?
Hi. Hi.
Right.
Yeah, actually, I was asking you that can I put that the video that I recorded in my YouTube channel?
Of course. Of course. You're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I hope you love our conversation.
I do. It was great. I really appreciate it.
I really thank you for giving your knowledge, your experience, your observations, and about talking about your 6 books. I'm sure people who watches our video definitely they'll go through your profile at the same time they'll try to read your books. Yeah,
Thank you. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you.
yeah, thanks a lot. This is what I want to ask you. Yeah.
Problem.
Take care.
Mm-hmm. You too.